Good day to you. Today the Lord's word and vision came to us, preparing us for His coming, and the Lord said He will look after His own. That's the promise of the Lord. We know from Isaiah 40 to 66, the chapters run like a sequence. So Isaiah 53 is the chapter of crucifixion. Then comes Isaiah 54, the chapter about the church, that the church has to enlarge its tent and get ready for the increase and will birth many children. So by the time we come to Isaiah chapter 56, verse 12, there's a prophecy that the Father's house will become a house of prayer for all nations, and the Lord's people will be the mountain of the Lord, and the river of God will flow and bring prosperity to the nation in which the Lord's church is becoming God's Zion, because God has promised to look after Zion. And Zion will always have bread. So Isaiah 61 has the prophecy where we find the acceptable year of the Lord is proclaimed, and it moves on to the day of the vengeance of the Lord. So we are in the days when the last days of the acceptable year of the Lord is unfolding. And what has become of the day of vengeance is that man's wickedness to man is becoming the vengeance. When humanity has become, the wickedness of humanity is harassing humanity, which is what COVID is. A planned virus, and the wickedness of man is so increasing. Families dismantled, marriage dismantled, sexuality redefined, and all this wickedness goes on. So all what God has made for grace and kindness, which are part of the acceptable year of the Lord, and then of course His redemption and salvation, all that have been distorted, and man is moving into a day of vengeance. And in it the Lord promises that He'll keep His own. So there is a time for every family to know God's Zion. Zion is God's desire. Zion is when God's people make a rest of God, rest for the dwelling of God. Now arise, O Lord, come to your resting place, you and the ark of your might. That is Psalm 132, and that's where Zion will be, when God is invited into any nation in the midst of God's people. And that nation will be safe because God looks after His Zion, His dwelling place. So this is the time when each believer must address the issue that God is well able to look after His own, and the Lord coming to us in increasing measure. Isaiah 64, wait in the way that the Lord will come and meet you. This is the call of the hour, and we find that all thorns will burn up, the Lord will come.